Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes. So today is National Journalist Day.
Yeah. What's that mean?
Well, basically, recognition of people who try to bring us the news, which is getting to be a far more difficult and dangerous job for them.
Mm.
So that's why I thought it would be one worth discussing or at least recognizing today. Since Trump has gotten in the habit of shutting down any journalist that says something that he doesn't want to hear.
No, fake news, obviously.
Yeah, well, and also he had the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia at the White House, and one of the reporters asked him about the journalist that disappeared at their embassy, and Trump just quickly stepped in and said that how dare you embarrass my guest like that.
Yeah, there we are. There's some peoples.
Oh, are we finally getting some audience? Yeah,
Yep,
it's
there's
up
even
to
more.
5 people now.
So, who had Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob on their bingo card for this year?
Yeah, no, that one was a total surprise. So does that mean that MAGA will suddenly be okay with bisexual men?
Mm. Well, I have thought there may be other explanations. A lost bet that maybe he got paid a lot of money in on drugs.
Yeah,
There are other explanations.
I could see it as him losing a bet, but that would make more sense than anything else, I think.
Yeah. I've heard him saying, "Is he gay?" Oh, bi maybe. I mean, he hasn't really shown any other sign of having interest in men. So
Yeah, well, and he clearly is interested in women, so well, in girls anyway.
mm. Yeah.
Minnesota Kiss Girl.
Hello.
I have not seen that handle here before. And
Neither have I.
Demon Orb.
Then again, it looks like they're giving us the. Yeah, the names are all messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, that YouTube has been messing with that it's not channel names necessarily anymore. And Harmonica Man. So how is everybody out there doing?
Well, as I was saying, I just managed to get myself a Audible subscription in last night, since they had some nice deals.
Yeah, like I said, I've been thinking about it, but since I don't drive very far anymore, and I'm not really working outside in my house anymore, I don't have good opportunities to listen to it.
Yeah,
When I'm at home, I can barely keep up with everybody I want to follow on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been listening to audiobooks while I'm walking Molly and doing my morning chores with the animals.
Yep. I used to do that too with Ginger Snap, and that's one of the ways she got away with increasing the loop we were walking in the park to 1.5 miles without my noticing. Yeah, the dog had me walking 3 miles a day before I realized it.
Yeah, got good exercise.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I could kind of use that now. I am realizing I am not getting enough physical activity, and I'm starting to put on some extra weight that I don't want.
Well, the big reason I've been actually managing to get some the audiobooks off of YouTube, but there were a few that I couldn't find, and I really wanted.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Commander. And Tubian.
So ended up creating myself a nice little wish list on Amazon, and
Yep.
for the audiobooks.
Yeah. Tubian brought up another possibility for the Bubba thing that I had heard that Christine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba.
Hmm.
Again, he could have lost a bet.
Yeah. And it's all speculation at this point.
Yeah. But I can definitely see Trump doing one of his big blows since somebody finally said, prove it or else.
Unfortunately, I cannot to boycott Amazon.
Yep. He and Granny. Well, I still, prefer to do my shopping in person as much as possible, but since we're not a big city, there are some things that I can't find locally.
Yes, it's getting more and more where everything is about 20 miles out at least around here. It's really annoying. And since the local mall closed down many years ago, I just can't go out and find stuff anymore.
Even 20 miles, I wouldn't think would be any big deal. But yeah. Basically, around here, things are either 5 miles away or they're 75 miles away. There's nothing in between. Either I can find it locally and it's just a short jog, otherwise, I got to drive into Minneapolis. Hey, Ivy. Ivy, we haven't heard from you in a while. If you or Ned wanted to jump in. Speaking of. Wrong button.
Wrong hat. Fucking Bullwinkle.
Sometimes I don't know my own strength. But Commander, I'll drop you a link on Discord if you want to join in. If I can find the people. I'm starting to get filled up with messages of. I sent things out asking who wants to be in the Christmas marathon, so I'm starting to get a lot of messages back for that.
Yeah, I gotta grab a time slot for that, don't I?
Yeah, if you've got a time slot you want to prefer, it would be good to decide. Oh, that's not going to work.
Let's see here.
Okay, so Commander and Ivy, check Discord if you want to join in. All right.
We didn't. It's just a fuck up on YouTube's end.
Yeah. YouTube has been fucking other things up too. Like when I'm watching videos, it will no longer allow me to change the playback speed.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, it's been like that for, at least all of this week. Yeah, because, like the channels I watch are like the news programs and that. I like to put those up to 125 speed just to get through all of Trump's idiocy faster. Jinx. Yeah, the 15-minute cities or the walkable cities. I watch a lot of videos on those too, and just keep thinking that, yeah, that would be nice. But unfortunately, in most cities in the U.S., there we got Ned and Ivy.
Hello.
Hoi.
Hello.
Hello.
It would just be nice if cities in the U.S. weren't so strict about the zoning that they would allow grocery stores to be built in residential areas.
Oh, I heard about that. It's completely idiotic because we have in our residential areas, we just have supermarkets and shops and everything just in the middle.
Yeah.
And it is all like a 10-minute walk.
Oh, there's shops and stuff within about 10 minutes walks of me, but I have to cross a very dangerous road.
Yep. That's another problem.
And that is just inside the yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem we have here too. That when I didn't have a car and I was taking the bus, it's like between where the bus dropped me off and where I wanted to go to the store, I had to cross a 6-lane road with cars doing 60 miles an hour. And even where they had a signaled crosswalk, the walk signal was so short that I could only make it to the middle.
Yep,
and
that's usually how it is.
Yeah, I have a faster than average stride. I can't imagine, somebody who was walking with a cane trying to get across there.
We have something there, an invention that is called the pedestrian tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
You go under the road. If
neat.
There is something.
There's this legacy trail. It's a sort of a bike fitness trail that actually has a bridge that goes over the road. And I was thinking they should have more of those around on busy streets.
Yeah, although the bridges deter pedestrians because the bridges, you gotta go up and down all those steps, and pedestrians don't like to do that. Or even if it's a ramp, it's just when you're walking, it's so much longer to get around. So a lot of people will rather risk trying to run across the street rather than using those bridges.
I'd definitely use the damn bridge if it was available.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the bridges that go over the highway that are strictly for pedestrians?
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm saying that I can understand for pedestrians that what, seems like not much of a distance for somebody walking, especially if it's somebody, again, like walking with a cane or that adding that extra distance can be discouraging.
Sometimes bridges also look like, especially in small towns, in like Pennsylvania, they're on rusting help.
Yeah, maintenance is another issue. But I'm like where I'm living now, this would be a great area, for like an e-bike. If only we could convince my building to put in bike lockers so that there was actually someplace secure to, lock it up overnight, but nobody could mess with it.
Yeah. That's understandable. These things are, as we call it, robbers stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this here. This is the legacy trails. This is for bikes and pedestrian walking.
Yeah.
So,
It is good to have those, although I see they put a domed cage over the top, so that prevents
Kids
protesters from
can't throw
dropping
shit.
banners. But what's that?
So the kids can throw rocks and other shit down on people, more
Yeah.
likely.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, they should put more of these like in areas with busy streets where
Yeah.
you have to cross. But interesting enough, since we have this up, the Legacy Trail. This was the train track. If you ever watched the cartoon movie Dumbo,
Yeah.
it was based on the train station that this train track went to.
Oh.
But they've since taken out the track and they put in this Legacy Trail for fitness.
Yep.
So yeah, Dumbo would have passed by that area.
Are you saying this just to back up that when you get arrested for driving drunk and say you saw a flying elephant, you've got there's some precedent there?
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, gang.
Hello.
I don't know.
Well, no red shirt, but you're looking very orange today.
That's like an insult nowadays.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Well, I'm not that kind of orange. I do need to figure out how to adjust the color settings on my camera.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually kind of orange, but today it seems especially orange. I'm not sure what's up with that.
Hey, as far as YouTube knows, orange is my legal last name.
So I can just say I'm related to you, and that's why.
Yeah.
Gotcha. yeah. Me tech smart muchly.
Ah. We use gooder words.
Yeah, I was messing around with Discord the other day, and I was friending a lot of people on Discord, and Discord said, no, that's bad. We think you're a robot. So I got timed out of Discord for a day or two. And
That sucks.
and I do most of my channel media stuff with a phone that's different from my personal phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got Discord set up on both that phone and on my computer, but not Twitter. So I was having issues getting into Discord. Tried Twitter, but yeah, I couldn't just copy the link from Twitter and send it that way. So I finally got into Discord and it was satisfied that I was not a robot.
I had the same thing happen on Facebook when I tried to set up a new account. Of course, I wanted to go and add my friends, and it decided I was adding too many people in one day, and it locked up my account.
No, Rich.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is that an unusual thing on Facebook for somebody to set up a new account and try to add all their family and friends?
No
You'd
idea.
think it wouldn't be.
Well, there's
I'm hardly ever on
there's
Facebook.
there's like spoof accounts that try to
Yeah.
Yeah,
imposter somebody
I
that
get it.
that let them.
Facebook's
Facebook
just
gets
being
weird about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook has just been being a royal pain to me, and it's like I don't even really want to be on there. Unfortunately, I don't have any other way to contact a number of people.
So there might be a friend of mine uh, watching along today. Uh, she's a friend and former coworker. Her name's Jen. So uh,
Another
yeah,
Jen.
yeah. So hi Jen, if you're out there.
Yeah, that's just what we needed. Another Jen.
Yeah, we don't have as many as we used to. I I think Unfinished hasn't been on here long enough to know about Jen and Dave.
Um, I guess not.
Yeah, well, years ago in our community, I used to say that if there was somebody and you didn't remember their name, if they were male, you call them Dave. If they were female, you call them Jen, and 1 out of 3 times you'd be right.
If I don't remember anyone's name, I'll call it Bob. Just like Wolverine always does. Listen, Bob.
Bub.
Yeah.
Then,
Yesterday we saw a movie and someone thought that he was calling him Blob instead of Bob.
Just
Yeah.
don't trust left-handed people named Bob.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, so far all of them I've known have been let's just say people you didn't want to hang around with a lot.
Oh yeah, we got Bob and his good friend Neil.
I have no idea.
Now Sammy is all dejected that I didn't share the cheesecake with him.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good for you, and you spit up on the rug enough as it is. Oh. Oh, hey, Tori.
Is it International Journalist Day? Really?
Yep.
Didn't even know that existed.
Neither did I.
Oh, I think I ran across it last year, but yeah. Yeah, it's gotten to be a problem in the U.S. here because Trump tried to make, or no, it was the Pentagon tried to get all the reporters to basically sign an oath of loyalty that they wouldn't publish anything without Pentagon approval. Fortunately, all but like 3 networks refused to sign it.
Let me guess. OAN and Fox and who else?
And I guess
did even
Newsmax.
Fox?
Yeah, OAN, Fox, and
Yeah.
Newsmax, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Pentagon was upset about that they couldn't get like ABC and NBC and CBS to sign this agreement.
And now MidAmerica is threatening their licenses.
I want National Kamehameha Day.
Kamehameha.
Okay.
Completely crazy about doing the Kamehameha from Goku in what is it? Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. I've never watched Dragon Ball.
Only Ivy's Kamehameha will cover people with slime instead of burning them.
Okay. I've never watched Dragon Ball. I didn't know what that was in reference to. Oh.
Cover them in slime, huh? So it's like a Kamehameha from on Jeremy, huh?
Not that way.
I was thinking of that old show, You Can't Do That on Television, on the Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah, but with this Kamehameha, that is he is some kind of extraterrestrial warrior, and he folds his hand and he makes this big fireball, and then he throws at them as the enemies, and then it is he can, in principle, he can even destroy a small planet with it, but that's a little bit too much for Ivy, so I made it that Ivy just blows slime balls in to the guy she doesn't like.
Slime ball. You're not helping your case here with
We
innuendos here.
This is just
we have a 3D ID.
No, I'm going to assume
anime model.
Yeah, I'm going to assume now that it's more like she's shooting ectoplasm at people.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's her strong spiritual energy manifesting in a physical form.
Yeah, something like wallpaper glue or something. They're all sticky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well that brings up the question of, is it edible?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, in World War II, during the siege of Stalingrad, people were peeling the wallpaper off the walls and scraping the paste off to have something to eat.
Yeah, but that was glue that
I
was
made that paste out of flour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we made it from cooked potatoes to mush, but now it's this chemical stuff.
Yeah. Which still means that in an emergency, I can eat my Triceratops mask, because it's just made from that flour, glue, and paper.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't sound very tasty, yeah.
I said an emergency. Yes, that's definitely down the list from after I've finished off all of the tuna from my cabinets.
Well, that's one reason why I started my garden.
Yep.
Those moringa trees back there, that I planted, are a good source of vitamins.
Yeah, that's a big disadvantage to living in the city. That if the food distribution thing gets really messed up, yeah, I don't have many choices around here.
Do you have a balcony?
No. No, I have no outside space at all.
My garden is like 3 by 3 feet. That's all. With one big giant lily plant in the middle.
Yeah. Well, I have one source that I know I could get, although it's illegal. If I go down to the lake, the geese are so used to people, I expect that I could probably get around with taking a couple of them out and eating those for a couple of months until they wise up. I mean, I'm not like any Robin Hood as far as archery goes, but when the things will come up less than 3 feet away from me, I don't think even I can miss from that range.
I will.
Darkness.
I can't with a bow and arrow. I can't hit a target smaller than 6 by 6 feet or something. I just can't do it. It just doesn't work. I have to be happy that I don't shoot myself.
Yeah, actually, I've been meaning to make a bow and try to get into practice again because I haven't done it in like 20 years. Although at one time I was fairly decent with it. At least once I figured out that I had to do it left-handed. With my right hand, I could never hit anything. With my left hand, I was doing decent.
Yeah, that probably helped the arrow on the wrong side of the bow. I don't know.
Yeah, well, for me, it was a matter of figuring out my eye dominance. That while I'm right-handed, my left eye is dominant. So I had to be sighting along the arrow with my left eye.
We once made a big slingshot with when we were kids, from an inner tire of a car that we made into a court, and we did. And we had that tree that just already had the form of a slingshot, and we tied that to it, and we even shot bricks away with that thing.
Well, that would be dangerous.
Oh yeah, there was. Fortunately, it was just there was nothing behind it. But if there was a car, you would total the car with that. The car was in the way.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was seeing, was a brick going through some car's windshield.
This is Darkness here.
No, we weren't that crazy.
Yes, one of her traits is that she can't seem to hit just nearly anything. Swings her sword and misses.
Okay. Yeah, well, for melee, I still have my hatchet. Actually, my grandfather's hatchet.
I just bought a new hatchet.
It's a nice hatchet.
Yeah. It's really pretty. It cost only €5 in the supermarket.
Hi, Porpoise.
Journalism, a career I do not miss.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I had an idea about being a journalist at some point in my life, but unfortunately, most journalism involved having to talk to other people, so.
That's out already.
Yeah. I could do the research part of it, but actually interviewing people, that was another matter.
Hate morning people and mornings and people.
Yeah.
And hate. I hate.
Well, to be completely accurate, I don't necessarily hate mornings. I'm okay with mornings up until that, big yellow ball comes up. I just hate sunlight. Which, hey, has paid off for me because, 50 years of avoiding sunlight, my skin looks great.
So, Purple, are you actually a vampire?
No.
Not even nocturnal?
I am nocturnal. I'm not a vampire.
Okay.
Werewolf? Not
No,
a were.
that's mage.
What kind of stuff do you have more in nights in the woods?
Well, you see,
Owls.
mage is a high-tech werewolf. He turns into a wolf every time he gets on the computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
Me,
way.
I just turn into a bumbling nincompoop when I'm on the computer.
I'm not a human, but I play one
And I can
online.
turn into whatever I want.
Yeah.
Oh, if anybody feels like volunteering, could use a little bit of artwork for the Christmas marathon. If somebody feels up to like doing a holiday themed thumbnail for me, just
Hey,
throwing
we'll
that out there.
try.
Yeah, well, I'm just throwing that out there because my art skills are abominable, and it's like if I have a protractor and a compass, I can draw stick figures, but that's about it.
A few days ago, I drew Trump's ears, one ear, and we shot at it with a BB gun. Yeah, it was nice to aim at, and we did, and yeah, and I drew a stick figure with Trump's mushroom willy, and yeah, that was a good target too. You
I
man,
can't think of what it was, but I remember seeing something like that in a movie once. That this guy was trying to teach a woman how to shoot, and she was so bad she wasn't hitting the target in her lane. It would hit the target like 2 lanes over. And then finally, instead of just the regular target, he ran up a picture of her ex, and she just chewed the whole thing up.
something like that.
Problem is proper motivation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Motivation matters a lot.
Yeah, I actually made that into a real shooting target, Trump's ear, but I'm not sure if it's smart to bring that on the market.
No. Well,
Although,
actually, you're outside the U.S. You could get away with it.
yeah, I can just go to AliExpress and have it made or something.
Yeah. If somebody tried to sell that who lived within the
Then
U.S.,
you can
I'm sure
see
they would get picked up.
how hard it is to hit one's ear with even with a BB gun.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, this that stuff I made this meme on Twitter that when uh, Trump and his secret agent guys and the so-called blood over his head, and I said, "Wow, it's a
You
miracle."
mean ketchup?
Yeah, what's a p? Yes, it is a miracle. Trump just survived the session of ketchup that he smashed upon his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was what happened. It didn't even look like blood.
Yeah, and then his claim that his ear was shot off, so then he had to make a claim that, he miraculously grew it back, and his doctor said he'd never seen anyone heal that fast.
Maybe he's part lizard person.
As I've gone over before, I do think it did graze him. It was real blood, but it wasn't as nearly as bad as it was made out to be. It was just a small nick.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even a small nick because you would have seen it later. And
we did.
His ears later, there was absolutely nothing on his ear. I think it was just a fake, a hoax to make him more popular to win the elections.
the only problem with that is someone actually died, so we know that actual bullets will be
Yeah,
fired at his direction.
I think he sacrificed someone for it, and that makes it really dark.
But like I said, there's a problem with that.
Someone actually
There's a
did
problem. There's a problem with that because
get
it
hit.
would have been firing past him. I don't think he would have put himself in the line of fire, even if he knew he wasn't being actually shot at directly.
Yeah.
He's too much of a chicken shit for that. It's too much of a risk.
Yeah, you can hire someone who shoots way over the people, and then he slams this thing to his ear, and blood, and piece of his ear gone, and what else?
No, it wasn't a piece of his ear gone.
Room for that, but it was absolutely a hoax. It was absolutely not real. I'm very good in getting these things sorted out, because I would just think, how would I do this?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Craig McNeil from the Fight the Flat Earth channel. He made a quick comment during a debate about that, and then expressing his skepticism, and then he kind of looked into it a little more and realized he was mistaken, and he posted his conclusion and his reasoning, and I can put the link to that in the chat in a little bit.
Well, another news item that it sounds like one of the ICE agents finally got arrested for terrorizing someone.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Who hide?
Yeah, that. Well, okay. I should say the federal government is not confirming that this guy was an ICE agent. However, when asked to comment, they didn't respond, so they also have not denied it.
You get with these ICE agents and stuff, everyone can put these clothes on and just commit crimes without ever being caught.
And that started happening too.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
Yeah,
that started happening too, that people are dressing up as ICE agents to commit crimes.
Yeah, it's been happening quite a bit.
Yeah. But there was this one guy who, flagged down a teenage boy who was driving and pulled him out of his truck and held him at gunpoint until the local police intervened. And the guy apparently had a badge. So as far as the local police are concerned, this was an ICE agent. But like I say, the federal government so far has neither denied nor confirmed this.
Hell, we had an official ICE agent marking himself with the sticker that he put on his chest that they bought off of Amazon as his badge.
Yeah.
That guy was actually an actual ICE agent.
Well, I just find it suspicious that, when reporters have asked them to clarify whether or not this guy actually is an agent, you would have think that they would be very quick to say that, no, they didn't employ him. So I think their lack of response is kind of telling.
I say they are just like the Brown Hemden from Hitler.
Yep.
Only the Brown Hemden had the good sense to not wear masks. They were more.
I for one think that anyone running around in tactical gear grabbing people should be arrested on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they are, they're just Trump's thugs. And there is absolutely no excuse. If they're legitimate law enforcement, they shouldn't have any worry about showing their faces. They should be able to be identified by members of the public, by witnesses.
What do you want to bet if they show their faces, the Southern Poverty Law Center has a file on them?
Oh yeah, they've already shown that a number of the people that ICE has been hiring have even included members of groups like the Proud Boys, who were the ones who had set up the plan to kidnap the governor of Michigan. So yeah, they are definitely hiring the worst of the worst, and they are hiring people who have had felony records, people who clearly...
The only people who I'm sorry, I have a delay. The only people who would want to work for them are pieces of shit.
Yeah. Well, and that's their problem at this point, that they can't get anyone who has ethics to work for them. So, even for all of the incentives they're giving, they're having trouble hiring anyone.
I don't know what this all is supposed to be. Yep. Because it looks like that they have way more people than normally shouldn't be needed for that. Because
yeah, well, and they're saying that they need to keep their identities hidden, because people have been threatening them, and it's like, if you're a legitimate police force, you shouldn't be afraid of threats from the public. That should just be a non-issue.
They don't show their faces because they are on lists that would...
They know they can be held accountable, and later on, and they want to hide their identity, but they will get when Trump ends. I think they will get their share of justice, because these guys are absolutely not normal, and what they did is absolutely against any crime of any rule of humanity, whatever.
Well, they have literally killed people.
Yeah, and they need to be held accountable. Plus, their bosses need to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And their bosses need to be held accountable. And then you get, this is my pet subject. Then we got some sort of Nuremberg tribal and international tribunal to make hold them accountable. You can say, Trump never killed anyone. No, but his actions and his orders and his ideas killed already a lot of people.
Yep.
So he is responsible.
Yeah.
He's responsible.
It's going to run into the millions just from the USAID going away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not even in the United States, but all the people who lost their lives in other countries because of this idiot in charge.
Yeah,
but perhaps the end is in sight. Like I heard, the Senate voted unanimously for releasing the Epstein files.
Well, the House voted almost unanimously. There was only one vote against it.
Oh, yeah.
The Senate still has to vote on it. And unfortunately, even if both houses pass it, Trump still has to sign it for it to happen.
I don't think so. Because I think when both houses sign, that they can go around Trump.
Only if they can
have
get
a veto-proof majority.
Yeah, they have to get a 2/3 majority of both houses to go around it. And that's the question.
They got 100% with the Senate.
And when it's against him, Yeah, you cannot expect him to
Did
sign
the Senate vote on it already?
Yeah,
On the
100% of the senators voted for it.
on the releasing the Epstein files. Yeah, that's going to Trump's desk now.
Okay. I had not heard that there was a vote from the Senate already.
However, it may be kiboshed, seeing as he also started a new investigation on the whole thing, which means that they may not be able to legally release the files until that investigation is over. So all he has to do is get the thing to sign, and then they say, "Oh well, we can't actually release these files because we have an investigation going," and just leave the investigation going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that trick coming too. That all he's got to do is get the FBI to be conducting an investigation.
Yeah, but I think this can if they say we have an investigation, what have you been doing the past year? Investigation?
Well, and what were they doing his entire first term about it?
So this is just
And
no more investigation. Just make it public.
Mm-hmm.
we already know that sick piece of shit Jeffrey Epstein actually thought Trump was a bigger, sicker piece of shit than himself.
Yeah.
Well, and Trump was saying that, Epstein was slime and all that. And, when he was questioned about it, he said that he was upset because Epstein had been poaching employees from Mar-a-Lago. And, well, if you even listen to Trump's version of the story, what Trump got upset about is that Epstein was hiring some of the young girls that Trump had hired. It was
You
like
mean
it was like a pool
Trump
attendant
was
who was
building
like
his
16.
own pedo ring?
Yep. Yeah, Trump just wanted to have some of them at his own home. And apparently Epstein hired one of the cute ones that Trump wanted to keep. And according to some of those
3 months from... I'm sorry, I had it on my... I was just going to say, in a few months from now, they're just going to be making suck excuses for whatever comes up.
Yeah. They made sure that everything that directed to Trump and would point to Trump is already removed from these files. But then there is so much evidence outside these files. That must be enough to hold him accountable and to make him really pay.
Yeah, like we said, we got those emails from Epstein, and I was saying earlier, who had Trump employing Bill Clinton on their bingo card this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, everyone on the panel really doesn't give a shit whether or not they were Democrats on it, but we want to know every fucking name on it and see everyone on it go to prison. We don't worship politicians.
Yeah, let everybody go down.
Yeah, the Republicans don't get that part of it. That, people on the left are not concerned about if it takes down a dozen Democrats with it. That we're interested in everybody getting persecuted, and, we don't care about which party they're from. Is that, anybody who was involved in it, regardless of their party, needs to be facing some prison time.
Not to be pedantic, Purple, but I think you might have been prosecuted instead of persecuted.
Sorry, did I?
Yeah. Yeah, it's my turn to push my glasses up my nose.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone explain me the difference? I'm Dutch. I don't what is the difference between persecuted and prosecuted?
Prosecute is a legal term.
Prosecute,
Yeah, and persecute is more like, yeah, I'm going to be mean to you just because I don't like you.
Yeah, that's what Trumpy Dumpty himself does.
Yeah.
Zip it, piggy. I think that did it. That did it. When that came into news that he said that to this female reporter, zip it, piggy. Oh my God. That brought a storm loose.
Trump's a bit of an oinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on Twitter, you have all kinds of pictures now with Trump with a pig snout.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of that.
He's a fascist little piggy. He's gonna squeal in the same break. He's gonna squeal in the same cell with Bubba, being tormented by RFK's brainworms.
Yeah.
Yes, I still want to know. Oh, is the brainworm piloting that guy, RFK? Hey, like that little alien from Men in Black, or did the brainworm die of starvation?
Yeah, I think
I'm thinking. Remember a combination. I think it's a combination of remember when Plankton got inside SpongeBob's head and just called the levers. Combination of that and starving to death.
Yeah. Just to see, this is one I couldn't believe, but actually was a real thing. So I want everybody to see this clip. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I've got it up.
Grant, that you're right, and he's on the list and all the things, and you're right about all the accusations you've been making. Why is it wrong that he did those things?
Are you asking me why it's wrong to rape children?
Yeah, I need you to tell me why it is wrong in your eyes
To rape children.
to do that. Yes. Do you need me to repeat it? Can you not hear me?
Oh, jeez.
Can you talk to your ears, or what's up?
We have to look forward to this bullshit now.
Is that too hard of a question?
You got here just in time, Jenny.
Yeah, I seen this guy.
It's happening. It's actually happening.
Why don't you actually answer the question?
It's actually happening.
No, because I asked the question. Why are you?
I didn't think this one would happen. We see it often. They'll say that something's wrong, and then Trump will do it, and then they'll defend it. Did that with J6. Did that with the J6 pardons. Did that with the Medicaid cuts. Did that with the SNAP cuts. Just didn't think they'd do it with child rape.
Obfuscating. Let's just get to the fucking point, bro.
I just didn't think they'd do it with child rape. And now we're seriously at that point where Trump's supporters are now saying that it's not wrong to rape children and asking why it is wrong to rape children.
Yeah.
It's only wrong if you're not a Republican.
Yeah, but just the MAGA people are willing to normalize anything that Trump has done.
Yeah. It's quite insane.
And yet they don't think that this is a cult.
Well, it's not. It's just a good old boys club.
Must be.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a very good chance that YouTube is going to take down the stream from that, but I did feel that was something that everybody needs to see.
Well, we haven't been shut down yet here, so.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jenny. So how's it going for you?
Oh, so and pretty goddamn weird. They figured out what's wrong with me. It only took them a week though, because apparently it's very rare. So nice to be a case study. So I didn't get the explanation all that well, and I'm going to have to do some reading to understand better. But all this pain that I've been having has centered where my neck and my collarbone come together. And the pain has been just incredibly intense. It goes up over my ear. So my whole ear area is involved. It goes down my neck, all across my collarbone to my shoulder, involves the whole shoulder. It extends down about 3-4 ribs into the chest. And it extends down the spine to the bottom of the shoulder blade and all around that too. And it was horrible. I mean, I couldn't move 6 inches without screaming in dire pain. It was so bad. And that's why I went in. While I was in, they do their x-ray stuff to find out what the hell's wrong with you. And what they found, instead of anything with my shoulders, they found that I had pneumonia. And something else, and I can't remember right now. But I was sick, and I had, because I was in so much pain, and I couldn't get in to see the doctor right away, I self-medicated. And this is a lesson for all you guys out in chat. When they talk about NSAIDs, aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, and how they say that these can be very nasty to your GI tract and stuff. Fucking believe it. In the few days that I was on large doses of NSAIDs, because Tylenol isn't cutting it, I burned 13 ulcers into my stomach.
Damn.
Ow.
Ouch.
And I started to bleed out. And I lost 3 units of blood.
Were you remembering to take all that with food?
No, because I wasn't in any mood to be able to cook. It hurt too much. I couldn't move.
Yeah, I know you say you weren't eating for a couple of days there.
Yeah. And so I basically nearly killed myself. My hemoglobin is still not up to where it should be. And I'm just absolutely exhausted, but I'm not lightheaded and passing out anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, when they put me on an NSAID regimen for my arthritis, they explicitly said, eat at least a sandwich before you take it.
Yeah. And it just took several days in the hospital to get me stable again. And that's why I've been gone. And then to make matters worse, and it's not the hospital's fault, it's Medicare's fault. Medicare decided on Saturday that they wouldn't pay for any more time for me to be in the hospital. So they had to discharge me late in the afternoon with a number of prescriptions to protect my stomach and to try to deal with the pain. And they kicked me out, and the pharmacy is closed, so I don't get any drugs. Any prescriptions to YouTube? Yes, prescriptions. We're not talking about street stuff here. And so I ended up having to spend Saturday night and Sunday and Monday in pain until we were able to get to the pharmacy, another 50 miles of driving to get the drugs. And then I had to go back today for a follow-up appointment. To get
American healthcare, people. Doesn't it sound great?
Now, here's the fun thing. What they figured out about my shoulder finally that I found out today. Apparently, I hurt my shoulder years ago, which I know I did in my job doing car work and all that stuff. But it was a long time ago, and it's probably something in the rotator cuff or whatever. And I've thought, oh, maybe I should get that fixed or something. But you live with it. Apparently, what they told me, they called in some specialists, and the specialists explained that in some cases somebody will injure a shoulder and it will put itself back together, which apparently mine did. And it will grow tissue in the shoulder area, primarily a fatty tissue, as a padding or some kind of defense or who knows what, but it does it. And not always, not in every case, but sometimes it does. And then for reasons unknown to me, at least, the tissue dies and it becomes necrotic tissue, which is tissue in your body that is dead and dying and rotting away.
Yeah.
And that's what I got going in my shoulder.
Ouch.
And they said the only thing that we can do with it is to either let it go and see if it self-resolves, or go in and open up your shoulder and everything and dig it all out and hope it doesn't regrow.
Yeah.
So I chose the let's wait and see what happens route. And so that's where I am. I'm still in a bunch of shoulder pain. It has lessened, but it's still that one point where your neck and shoulder meet that it is just horribly painful yet.
Okay, but at least the pain's reduced somewhat.
Yeah. And then, because I have such a streak of good luck in my life, while I'm sitting at the doctor's office today, just sitting on the chair, I moved to readjust my sitting position, and my left artificial hip pops out of the socket.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that brought a few decibels up in the sound level.
Yeah, that would do it.
And it freaked the doctor out. And it freaked me out. And it freaked all the attendants on the outside of the room out. And I was able to, not intentionally, but just by moving, it popped back in place. But now that's all sore and swelling up.
No, Jenny, just because you got one toe in the grave doesn't mean you should put your whole foot in there.
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm putting an entire leg in. So I'm just kind of a mess here. And I
Only
just
put the parts they have already detached into the grave.
Yeah.
Well, no, they had to turn that one inside out. And so I guess I'm just officially old now, folks. There's more things falling apart than staying together.
Oh. So we're having another organ recital this stream.
Yeah, I think so. So I appreciate you all bearing with me in this period of absence, and I'll try to grin and bear it a little better. Just give me some time to get through it.
We're concerned about you.
I'm just disappointed that it didn't turn out to be my left sock. I could have sworn that thing in your shoulder would have been my left sock.
Your left sock? I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, they get into weird spots. They disappear in weird spots.
Yeah. Moving them in the laundry. Yeah, well, it could have been. Socks do escape from the laundry from time to time, and they seek out Sock Mountain, which is where socks live when they go away. And sometimes they get lost, and you just find an empty sock on the street or somewhere in your basement, and that's the one that just didn't make it out of the house once they escaped.
I thought that I had beat that by just getting a dozen pairs of socks that were all identical. But when they came out of the laundry, all I got were 24 left socks and all the right ones were missing.
Oh, that really sucks. So did you end up walking in circles for days or what?
I didn't know
They
if
don't
that
say left or right.
left socks.
Actually, it's one of the few things I like about the chilly weather. I just got some really nice boots I like.
What about the barbecue weather?
Yeah, well, it's too hot to wear my knee-high boots and that.
I used to have an essay I wrote on socks that disappear, but I can't find it now. Oh well,
It's
such is life.
gremlins.
Yeah, it's about the sock monster that lives under your bed.
Exactly.
No, it's gremlins. Gremlins run around and they steal things, and they will return everything they took after you have replaced it. They just think that's a hilarious joke.
Is it okay to essay socks?
Well, you
Teenage
really
boys
should.
do it all the time.
You should really wash them out after you get them crusty. Nobody likes crusty socks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once
Okay,
your
I shouldn't
socks,
have gone there.
if your socks can stand up by themselves, it's time to wash them.
Do you remember the cartoon Little Bush where Dick Cheney ran out of a sock over his for the entire fucking episode?
No, never saw that.
So what's happening here? What's today's theme?
International Journalism Day.
Oh, bunch of piggies. Oh no, I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
That's only women on Air Force One.
Yeah.
Did y'all catch that one today? Of Trump calling that woman reporter a piggy?
No.
Yeah, and apparently she asked him a question he didn't like, and he pointed right in her face in Air Force One and said, "Quiet, piggy." It's like,
Zip it,
who the
piggy or something.
fuck talks like that to people?
Trump?
A piece of shit talks like that, people. I just broke a plate. Just got knocked off the table.
So, hi Spooky, hi Ivy, hi Deep State, hi Unfinished, hi Sinister. I'm going back here. Hi, Minnesota Kiss Girl. Oh, Minnesota Kiss Girl. Sounds like somebody I should get to know.
Yeah,
Hi Tori,
who
hi
that is.
Harmonic, and hi Heathen, and Jinx, and Heathen again, and Jinx again, and Ivy again. So, hi guys, missed y'all.
So Minnesota Kiss Girl is a friend of mine and former coworker.
Okay.
Does she really kiss girls?
Um,
You don't have to answer that.
Well,
I do know that name is a reference to the band Kiss.
Oh, okay. Does she have like black and white stuff on her face, and you can't tell the picture's
sometimes.
too small?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's cool. I went to Halloween as a nun with Kiss makeup once.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was adequately weird.
Kiss of the band?
Huh?
Kiss
Yes.
like in the
The
band.
band Kiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good combination.
Well, I have thought of the idea, that we should just do a get together and see, how many YouTube people could get to Minnesota for one afternoon. Get all the people who live in Minnesota or around Wisconsin.
Look at the fascist Peggy. He needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jenny, Minnesota Kiss Girl's first name is also Jenny. So.
Oh, hi Jenny.
We got Jenny's all over.
Yep.
Well, it's only been my name for about 50 years, so. Maybe you had it first and I have your name instead.
Well, you know what? I was seeing a thing on that. Okay, so what happens if you meet a fae and you give them your dead name that you're not using anymore?
Would you meet a what?
A fae.
A fae?
Yeah, fae are magical creatures, magical people.
Oh, okay.
And if they have your name, they can take your soul.
It's been gone for decades.
Well, I sold mine to Satan, and ever since, all he's done is complain about how twisted and corrupted it is, and I keep pointing to him where the contract says no refunds.
All right, no Klingon here.
That's not Klingon. I'm talking to Sammy.
No, it's talking to a tuxedo cat.
Yes.
Kapla.
Tuxedo cats have their own language.
Yep.
Kiss girl, that means that you win and I am your slave for life. Give me some orders.
Oh, this is the time.
Kick me, beat me. No, I shouldn't. No, shouldn't say that on the air. That's inappropriate.
This way we need to get Dapper or Dino in here for Klingon.
So let's see.
I've been putting Klingon all over the sets that I'm making.
I got some new chemicals.
And it's just the English pronunciation of Klingon.
Let me.
Where's
Klingon will be lingua franca in 200 years when the Star Trek becomes a religion. Just like in Futurama.
Oh, no, there are already some people who are claiming Klingon is the religion.
Yeah, there are religions based on Star Trek.
Might as well be. It's just as legitimate as Christianity.
Yeah. Well, there's also Dudism.
Well, and there are also people who claim Jedi is the religion.
Yeah.
Dudism, as in the dude abides.
Yep.
God, I love Jeff Bridges.
Okay, I thought Dudism was based on Bill and Ted.
Oh no, that's.
I thought it was based on Keenan and Kel.
What the fuck? Well, see, I started my own religion because if I'm the only one who practices it, by default, I have to be the high priestess.
Yeah.
Oh, screw that. I'm God.
And I'm writing a book called The Life and Times of Jesus Christ. It's about a baker who just invented toast, and it was Ned's idea.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, we are getting more verses, and there will be toast recipes, and we will try to turn it into the next flight to the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
I like that.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Bringer of toast.
I'm going to use that one.
Somebody is actually selling a toaster that puts an image of Jesus on every piece of toast you make. It's just got the heating element, formed, in that way that it makes a picture of Jesus Christ as the darkest part of the toast.
I want to do that, except I want to have Jesus Christ and Peter fucking.
Yeah, see, I thought this would be a great thing to make customized toasters. that people could send you whatever they wanted, and we'll just form the heating elements to make any image they want.
Well, that could sell.
Yeah. It'd be a customized item, so they'd have to be kind of pricey to individually make every heating element.
I have a 1920s, 1930s toaster, the type that you flip the door open and have to manually turn the toaster around and put it back in.
Yep.
I've been wanting to convert that to a Jesus burner. Yeah, like that.
Actually, I think that the image from the dog's butt was a better one.
Yeah, I think I would do mine with Jesus on the cross, because if you're on the cross, baby, you're toast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is a customizable toaster where you can get the images.
Oh yeah, there is.
I can see the advertising already. Are you on the cross? Jesus Christ, you're toast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
it gives a new image to hot cross buns.
Yeah. I always thought Lay's potato chips should change their name to Laid potato chips. I mean, think of this advertising. Get laid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now see, I always thought that Frito-Lay and Hostess should have been the ones, promoting the legalization of marijuana. Because, I mean, who's going to make more money off of that than the snack food industry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Space cake in supermarkets.
Yeah, the federal government is trying to put through another bill that they're hoping people won't notice that the way it's written would amount to being a federal ban against anything to do with hemp or cannabis.
Yep, all the Delta 8s and stuff like that. All the edibles gone, everything.
Yep.
It's they estimate it's going to put 300,000 businesses out of business. Or was that people? Whatever. It's going to make a dent.
Yep.
Yeah, places where it was legal, it's just been very profitable.
Hey, Reg. Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be no gods and they cling on religion.
The Vulcans have religion?
They have
I
more
don't
of a
think so.
philosophy.
Yeah. I think with the Vulcans, it would be just a philosophy because, with them being all rational thought and everything. So I think what they have of a religion is based more on, what were famous teachers rather than being any deities.
Yeah, it's more of the Etic, the Vulcan philosophy is what they go on.
Okay, so
And
an atheist does not believe in any gods. Well, if an atheist is not believing in any gods, what would it be called if you believe that there had been gods, but they've all been destroyed?
I don't know.
A post-theist?
Hang on. I can see that.
And mate, I sent you pictures of Jesus Christ artwork with him handing out toast and making toast.
Oh yeah.
Well, along with the Jesus cross, then we also have to, like start having, baking fish that have the crucifix on them too, because he was famous for handing out the bread and fish.
Yes, we make a grilled cheese. That way we have holy Jesus crust.
Yeah.
How about a series of Christ-centered fishing nets? Never mind. I'm just entertaining myself here.
Well, that the
Right.
problem is that with a holy net, you don't catch many fish.
All nets are holy.
Toast is the bread of life. Jesus Christ, give us toast.
And give them tennis.
Does that mean Jesus is related to Krusty Gnome Nothing, that's Secretary of DHS?
No.
I'll be back. I have to take off my clothes and get back into sleeping material. I'll be right back.
Okay, yep. I know what you mean. As soon as I know I'm not going outside again for the rest of the day, I'm in my nightgown. I don't like to have to wear the street clothes any longer than I have to.
It's just one of those days it's not worth putting on pants. Very awkward when you go walking the dog.
Yeah.
Just do it early in the morning.
Hi, Sue Mommy.
Yeah, I always
Hello.
wonder. Oh, hey, Sumami. I always wonder if the building manager, ever has occasion to look at the security camera footage from during the night, because I'm off. Yeah. I often go out just walking the corridors at 2 or 3 in the morning when I can't sleep. Oh. And just to let people know, I've only got about another hour here, and then I've got to get ready to go out for the evening.
We don't need you.
Nope, and I have no problem with that, But unfortunately, Mage usually has to walk Molly around that time too. So
Yeah, especially with the sun going down earlier.
yeah. Well, the sun's going down at the same time. It's just some idiots told us we had to change our clocks.
Now, Purple. My job is to be the resident pedant.
Well,
You're
even
a
without
pedant?
even without the clock change, it's been going down earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, Commander. I've assigned myself the job of being the resident pedant, the guy who pushes his glasses up his nose and says, "Well, actually."
Okay, any of you cats that were alive in the 60s, as in like unfinished?
I was alive for half of the 60s.
I was
Well,
born
I
in
mean,
'79.
alive and aware. Remember how one of the hippie things we do is we tie ribbons and little flower bunches, dried flowers and things to your purse, just to make it more your own thing. You guys do that around there? We did back home in Milwaukee.
I remember the thing of putting daisies on everything.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Well, I carried the habit forward all my life, and what I do these days, because of my medical situation, I decided that instead of ribbons and things, I would start taking the tourniquets from the blood draws and tying those onto the strap of my purse. And I've got 27 on there right now. And over the last few days in the hospital, I collected 14 more. These little tourniquets almost outweigh the purse now.
So now you've got like the mummy's purse,
and they're all hot pink or orange.
Okay.
Never
from
take
that.
blood from an eye and get that tourniquet off his neck.
I'm thinking I should wash this pajama top that I have one of these days. It's been like a decade.
We were talking about that as with socks, that, if it's standing up on its own, it's time to wash it.
Well, this still flops down into a pile. I can be in charge. I've been in charge before. And those people are even out of prison by now, so it's okay. I can do it.
I wonder how many people got out of prison by claiming they were part of January 6th.
I don't know, but can you believe the number of people who are back in prison from the January 6th pardons for things like child abuse and other SA type nasties?
Yeah,
Not
I'm not
surprised.
at all surprised, yeah. And unfortunately, there are some people still out on the streets that were released, including a guy who had been convicted of 2 murders.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
lovely.
it's almost like thug's gonna thug.
Yeah, but it's almost like issuing a blanket pardon for everybody who was involved in that might not have been such a good idea. That maybe they should have had the records reviewed individually.
So has Trump ever had a good idea?
No.
Yeah, well, and the great one that's happened a couple of times lately is when reporters have asked Trump about people he's pardoned, and he said that he didn't know them.
Yeah,
It's like
that,
you signed their pardon, and you had no idea who they were or what they were in jail for.
that's our Trump. And did you hear the latest idiocy of this guy with the Saudi Arabian murderer?
Yeah, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia in the White House.
The crown murderer of Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
They're selling them F-35 jets, the most sophisticated jet on the planet, and they're going to sell them to a bunch of Arabs who drove jets into our Twin Towers, and who are buddy with the with the Chinese, and who would love to get their hands on our technology.
Yep.
But never mind. They got a Trump Tower going in Saudi Arabia. So,
well, and Canada right now is trying to decide between buying the F-35 and I forget what the other one is. I think it's a French jet.
Yeah, or the Saab Gripen.
Yeah, and I'm just advising Canada to, buy the one that you don't have to depend on the U.S. for parts.
Saab Gripen. They can even build. They can even build them in license.
Oh, the Saab Gripen is a killer plane.
It's a fantastic plane.
All right.
I miss Sumami. Hi, Sumami. I missed you. I apologize.
Ukraine is also getting Gripens next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They had a contract for.
They only need about 750-meter long road to take off and land. So it fits Ukraine's purposes a lot better than the F-16. That means really long runways and really clean runways.
These things can just need a stretch of road to take off and to land and to service. They have trucks that go to the place where it landed and it gets services, get refueled, and it can be in the air within 10 minutes. That's the fantastic things about Sweden. They thought about airports they can destroy, but then they made their roads long stretches of road, and
Yep.
they have like hundreds of airstrips for these Saabs in Sweden.
Back when Eisenhower set up our interstate highway system, that was one of the requirements, that there be long stretches for runway.
Yep. Sweden has always had some just really innovative military tech. The reason Sweden never got invaded in World War II is because the British battleships were actually afraid of the Swedish cruisers. Because in the shallow waters of the Baltic, they were afraid that the Swedish cruisers could literally run circles around them and they wouldn't be able to maneuver to reply.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But like the Russians, they claim they invented the Cobra maneuver. You know, that if the plane just goes straight up and breaks in almost to a complete stillstand, and then falls out and breaks speed again and flies behind this thing. You know, this thing, the Cobra maneuver. But it was actually done the first time with a Saab Draken, the first supersonic jet that Sweden did, and that was a monster of a plane, and that could also lift off from roads.
Yeah.
And the Draken was a magnificent plane.
Yep.
One of the most beautiful planes ever built, with a double configuration.
I read some of the
Delta.
military magazines. I'm a hardware freak, and they keep talking about this F-47 that's coming. There's say it's going to be a hypersonic plane capable of like 4,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, in a low orbit. That's only possible in low orbit.
The F-35 has a wingspan of 35 feet. That was just something about the naming, or maybe it had nothing to do with it at all, but I just remembered that.
Yeah. Speaking of military hardware and planes, Trump has dispatched our largest aircraft carrier down to the coast of Venezuela.
Yeah.
Gerald R. Ford.
Yep.
Yeah, and I love his latest move too, where he has announced publicly that he's given permission for the CIA to start covert operations in Venezuela. Well, then why'd you tell anybody if they're covert? You stupid man.
Yeah, that is stupid.
That is quite stupid.
Yep.
Hey, we're going doing covert operations. Yeah.
He also said
publicly
publicly that there is a possibility of us doing ground operations in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Which means he intends them to happen.
Yeah,
and he's officially a war criminal.
Yeah, he wants to start a war so that he can disrupt the elections.
Because he's the peace president.
Yeah,
that's what he does. Always distractions.
Yep. He'll start another war and then he'll keep whining about why he can't win a Nobel Peace Prize.
By the way, how many of you have been enjoying the vision in your head of Donald Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob?
Yeah.
No,
not really.
I had the thought, but it made me laugh.
I do not want to think of Trump having sex in any capacity.
I hope this is true so much. Just,
Well, he and Bubba can enjoy a prison cell together
Oh, they
because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure both of them had been hanging around Epstein in ways they shouldn't be.
the email this came from is real. This is the question: who is Bubba? But it's I think we can pretty much figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Well-
were discussing that before you got here, Jenny, and
Well,
I was asking, does that mean that all of MAGA now has to be okay with bisexual men?
it may not be bisexual, and Bubba doesn't necessarily have to be Clinton. Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba,
Mhm.
which would be fun
Right.
to think about too.
Well,
so-
maybe
so then-
that's why every time the Democrats try to outlaw bestiality in West Virginia, the Republicans say no.
Yeah,
Did they?
I was about to say,
Yes.
so that's that would be why, now that MAGA would have to start supporting bestiality, and that would be so much easier for them than supporting bisexual men.
You mean they say nay?
Just like a horse.
Well, that would be really easy then. If they were to bring up charges, they could bring the horse in on the witness stand, and the attorney just has to ask, did you give consent to this? That then it qualifies as sexual abuse because the horse will say he didn't consent.
That's the way.
Well, as I've mentioned before, and not too long ago, within the last 10 years, the state of Wisconsin increased the penalties for bestiality, which makes you wonder, why did they have to increase them?
It's just like South Carolina. They passed a law, I think it was in like 2007, against nighttime rooftop pumpkin fucking. I think that's covered under indecent exposure, but I could be wrong.
Oh my God.
Now,
why would you fuck them after they're hollowed out?
That's oddly specific.
yeah, well, I was going to mention something else oddly specific, that in addition to bestiality in general, Minnesota has a law specifically that says it is illegal to fuck a rooster. Now, for it to be that specific, somebody got caught doing it.
Yeah, but notice they didn't say anything about a hen.
Yeah. Well, then you could fight it on that grounds because, then it's discrimination because it's only against gays. It's not against, heterosexuals.
Yeah.
Yep, there they are. Donnie and Billy. Donnie and Billy sitting in the tree.
Enjoying each other's company in cell block 3.
Nice.
Well, it's nice to know what Trump's going to be doing if he goes to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, you always knew he would be. He's literally just such a whiny bitch, and
I always visualized him though, being on all fours, doing the squeal routine.
Yeah.
Spirit of deliverance.
Yeah, it will be enough to get Trump like a prison sentence of 10 years or something. So he will probably not survive it.
I kind of like the way the mood seems to be shifting towards more and more people saying that the billionaire class has just got to come to an end.
Yeah.
That all of this is just really highlighting the two tiers of justice and life that's allowed. I'm really hoping they figure out a way to tax the shit out of these motherfuckers.
If the billionaire class gets taxes or has to pay taxes, and if they do the same for the church, then the United States is out of debt within a year, I think.
More than that. They
Yeah.
And you can have surplus then.
Trump has taken us into the trillions for debt, not just billions.
Yeah, I think we're like 3 trillion.
He's
in debt now.
responsible. I think Trump, in all the time he's been in there, is responsible for over a quarter of the national debt. So you had 46 or 45, or however the fuck many others. Because, there were people who got elected. And he's responsible for
Holy
over a
shit.
quarter of it.
Oh, it's a magnitude worse than I thought it was.
What?
As of October 2025, the U.S. national debt is over $38 trillion.
Yep.
Yeah, taxing churches wouldn't touch that.
Yeah.
Well, what taxing churches would do is if they had to pay property tax, that goes to the local community, that goes to the city or the county they're in.
Mm.
So that would be a lot of extra money for the cities and counties, to pay for their basic services like road maintenance and such.
Well, that would depend if they're going to, demand that they pay federal tax or state tax. There's no reason that a state has to tax them if they don't want to. So I think you'd see states like Utah not taxing the Mormons.
There was this lovely lady on TikTok who went around calling mega churches and asking for help to feed her starving baby.
Yeah.
And about 80% of them wouldn't lift a fucking finger. And then she asked, "But are you pro-life?" And then they hang up.
It wasn't mega churches. It was general average evangelical type churches.
Some of them were mega churches, and only about 27% said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 100% of the Islamics, and 100% of another religious group
Jewish
said yes.
temples.
Yes, that's
Monks.
it.
Yeah.
Said yes. And
Buddhist temples. Yeah, Buddhist temples, and there was also one other group that they looked at, but all the other three groups all said 100%, and it was only the Christian group that was low.
Mm-hmm.
With only 27% saying yes.
Yeah.
The most hate-filled religion on earth.
Yep. Yeah. And proving they're pro-birth. They're not pro-life. Once the baby is born, they don't give a shit anymore.
No, they're not pro anybody but themselves.
Well,
they're
want
controlling other people.
To carry the babies, but they don't really care if the baby survives after it's born.
If you're pre-born, you're good. If you're preschool, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Here, I thought it was.
Yeah. George Carlin is the kind of prophet we need.
We need the George Carlin Bible.
So, don't be a dick or don't be an ass.
Don't be a dick.
Okay, yeah, somebody should write that. Just go through all of his routines for all the religious stuff and write the gospel according to George Carlin.
That guy's fucking stupid.
I think she's a hero for doing that stunt.
A pastor in Louisiana called her a demon for that stunt.
That was an interesting experiment.
So,
Yeah.
So, there's a book called The Antichrist that inspired Hitler to want to cram his jacket down the throat of the planet. It actually identified the most positive aspects of Christianity that the evangelicals in America don't give a shit about, and it crapped all over it. So literally the evangelicals are less like the book says they're supposed to be than people who don't believe in it.
Yeah, I do. I've actually questioned whether evangelicals can even be considered to be Christian. They don't seem to follow anything of Christ's his tenets. So
The evangelicals claim that they're Christian, but the Catholics aren't.
You mean the evangelicals?
yes,
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Evangelicals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evangelicals.
yeah, so basic definition: a Christian is a person who believes in and follows the teachings of Jesus Christ. That is not what evangelicals do.
An evangelical is a person who follows the teachings of Christ's penis.
I rather follow Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ wore a dress, hung around with a dozen guys, and
Had
seemed to
long hair.
freak out anytime a woman tried to touch him. I mean, how much do you need to put the dots together?
Like that.
Yeah.
And apparently it's playtime, Molly says. So don't be surprised if she starts barking.
Sammy-san says it's nap time.
Yeah, well, Molly just came in with the ball and says, "Here, play."
Jenny says my prescription painkiller is starting to catch
Molly?
up to me.
Oh, yay. So you're starting to get some relief?
Yeah.
But they put you to sleep, I take it?
No, but if I let them, they will.
Well, don't feel like you need to
Yeah.
stay here if you need to lay down.
Well, if your
I
body's got serious healing to do, sleep is what you need.
I don't. I listened to your show last week. I know how much you don't want me around. Okay.
Yeah, that's
We
what
love
we're
you.
trying to get rid of you there.
It's okay. I want to get rid of myself, so that makes two of us.
It's all right through us. So. Well, stop doing such a good job of it.
All these fucking prescription bottles everywhere.
Yeah. I got a big collection of them myself. I've got to box them up. There's a group in Ohio called Matthew Ministries that they're requesting empty pill bottles because they send them to a ministry in Africa that runs a clinic.
Yep. Wash them, pack them, send them.
Yeah, so that when the clinic gives people their medications, if they don't have pill bottles, they've had to just be wrapping them in paper, and the people have a long walk home. So a lot of times their pills are dissolving before they get home.
Yep. And people like me who go through about a half a dozen or more a month.
Yeah, same here.
I've got two those plastic grocery bags filled that are ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, Slothgirl was the one who found that. So I had always been, peeling the labels off of her in my bottles and sending them down there. And I've got another box full that's ready to go.
I've also found a lot of home uses for little pill bottles too. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I was taking art classes, I'd use them for putting my chalk in them.
Yep.
Or charcoal.
Well, and I like the really tall ones. The really tall ones are great for keeping my drill bits in. And I've got one here that's full of Q-tips just to keep those clean.
I took the little itty bitty ones and I have 14 of those 7 of them for the morning and 7 of them for the evening, and I count my drugs out for each day and put them in there, so I just have to swallow the bottle.
I would open up the bottle and just swallow the pills. I think if you swallow them in the plastic bottle, they might not digest well.
Well, it's not the digestion that's the thriller. It's the pooping them out that gives you the real having fun today thing.
But if they don't dissolve in your stomach, they're not getting into your bloodstream.
I don't need bottles. I got microplastics in me already. I don't need more.
Oh. Microplastics somehow sounds like it's a new series of Transformers.
Yeah.
Molly. I had the ball.
Yep.
So, if any of you have been on YouTube, we're going to discuss prescription medications. Okay, these are not street drugs, and we're talking about what doctors have given people. Have any of you guys taken oxycodone?
Yeah, I've
Yes.
had it in the past.
They gave me some of that for when I had pneumonia.
Yep, I've had it, and Sloth Girl had some of it in her, her last couple of months.
I've never had it before.
I've had Vicodin, and it didn't do jack for me.
Oxycodone was one of the few things that actually would help me fall asleep.
Oh yeah, knocked me right out.
And then they've given me this other thing they say is to protect my stomach lining.
Yeah, because you had the ulcers, so they need to.
It's called pantoprazole.
Yep.
Pantoprazole. That's it, pantoprazole.
Yeah, it's basically to protect your stomach against your own acids.
Yeah. 13 ulcers. Well, at least I beat my dad. He only had 2.
Take that, huh?
And he passed out on the bathroom floor. I'm tougher than my dad. 13, and I still made it to the ambulance.
Jenny. You're reverting. You're doing the man thing again.
No. Just father. That's not the man thing. It's just.
No, it's the man thing to make your pain and your illness as a competition.
Okay. Then I'll stop that.
Hey, Porpoise.
Hi, Porpoise.
Porpoise. Hey, Porpoise. What did you think of that math thing I posted? Did you see it?
How long ago was it?
Just a few days.
Refresh my memory.
It was the one about the number 6418.
I did not see that.
Oh, it was wild. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this guy, this math freak, whatever he is, he says the number 6418 is something special. He didn't describe what or why or whatever, but he says take a 4-digit number, whatever you want, and write it down, and then fuck around with it, rearranging it backwards or frontwards. It sounded like a Terrence Howard thing. And then do the math operations of multiplication or subtraction or whatever, and then take that answer and do the same thing to it, and the answer always comes out 6418.
Yeah, there are a lot of math tricks you can pull.
Yeah.
One of my favorite is if you have a deck of cards and you flip so many over, if you want to make sure that you pull 13, you want to make sure the number of cards and 13 cards that are face up equal the number of face up cards remaining in the deck, is you take the 2 cards, or you take the cards that are face down, that are face up, take them out, turn all the other cards over, and put the other 2 cards back in face down. And the number of cards that are face up will be the same as the number of remaining face up cards in the deck.
Oh. I did figure out something with math.
That it's hard.
Well, that 6-7 thing.
Oh,
6-7.
Please.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying. My nephew's been doing it to me. But I realized that 6 times 7 is 42.
Which is the answer to everything.
Yeah.
Life, yes. Well,
So,
the biggest question in the universe.
Right. So have they come up with the question for the answer? Was the question just what is 6 times 7?
No, the question is what is the question? Or I mean, what is the answer?
Well, we know the answer is 42.
See,
we just
it
didn't know
fits.
what the question was.
We could go on a Jeopardy with this one.
Yeah, Jeopardy could have a whole category that the answer is always 42 for every question.
As long as they don't make it the daily double, that would be cheating.
Well, I did tell my nephew that, and he asked me what 42 was, and I told him he had to ask the mice.
Pantoprazole oral route. Let's see here. Before using allergies, pediatric. You're not breastfeeding, are you, Jenny?
None of your business.
Drug interactions.
Well, actually, she is breastfeeding, but that's just how she makes money. She's not having a baby.
Yeah. Side effects. Blurred vision, dry mouth, flush, dry skin, fruit-like breath odor. Okay. Increased hunger, increased thirst, increased urination, nausea, stomach pain, sweating, trouble breathing, unexpected weight loss, and vomiting.
Wait a minute. One of the side effects is it gives you good breath?
Probably not good breath. It's probably more like a sweet-smelling breath.
It said
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is it like gives you breath like you've been, chewing Starburst?
Well, I tell you what it does do. It gives you one fucking big headache.
So much like my 2nd and 7th hour classes.
Uh-oh, Commander's moving his fleet in.
The good news is my computer science students have correctly guessed that 67 is the integer type. But I'm getting sick of seeing for loops that do things 67 times.
6, 7. And I want you to know I'm moving my hands up and down when I say that, just so you know.
Yeah, I still don't know where that came from. I've heard like 4 different explanations, and I'm not buying any of them.
I told you it came from basketball guys talking about their personal statistics and stuff.
Yeah, that's one of them, and that just...
It's not entirely confirmed exactly where it came from.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody seems to know where it started, actually. Like I say, I've heard 4 competing theories on it, but, none of them seem to be making any more sense than any of the others. Oh,
well, I like it, and I enjoy pissing off boomers and stuff with it.
Yep.
Oh, you're not doing that too, are you? Well, apparently I am. It's just so stupid. It's wonderful.
And just do it 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, well...
6, 7.
Actually, Jenny has it right that if there's anything that the kids are doing, the young people think is cool, if people over 50 start doing it, it won't be cool anymore.
Yeah.
I got my classes to stop doing it when I threatened to give them 6 or 7 detentions.
6, 7. 6, 7.
Or they can go to the principal's office, or they go to the dean's office in my school 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
Who can call their parents, who will then take away their cell phone for 6 or 7 days.
6, 7. I hope all you out in the chat are doing that with me. 6, 7.
Hey, check up, Oh, yeah.
So in the hospital, I got this new doctor, and I have a crush on her already.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, she's really smart, you know, like most doctors are, and she's got really pretty blue eyes and red hair.
Yeah.
She's pretty much genetically perfect as far as I'm concerned. She's just unfortunately too young and probably straight, so forget it.
No, here's weird. Looks like we have a new South Park for tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah, and I haven't mentioned
A
it.
new episode?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mentioned we're starting a new anime series.
Yeah, Jenny, are you going to be up for it tomorrow night?
I have no way of telling.
Okay. Yeah. I get that you can't really predict more than a couple hours ahead.
Yep.
I guess Aunt wanted us to start a new series until you could be there.
Well, don't change plans for me. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, you know, it's no big deal. We've just been watching movies rather than watching a series, so that you know, you could come in any time and you wouldn't feel you were coming in the middle of something.
Somebody I know who has movie night on TikTok had Mars Attacks.
They killed Congress.
That was funny. And the translation machine was 100% wrong. When you said peace, it said war, and when you said war, it said peace. And did do its job.
And that yodeling killed all the Martians. That made their head explode.
Slim Whitman.
Saved by country music.
I think Slim Whitman was still alive when they made that movie. I wonder how he felt about that. Probably thought as long as I'm getting paid, who cares?
Damn you, Walt
Yeah,
Whitman.
I was going to say they must have had to pay him royalties for that.
Blades of grass, my ass. Sorry, that's a Simpsons reference that.
Yeah, people keep telling me to go out and touch grass, but, you know, I know that's a trap. Grass is made of blades.
Yeah, Slim Whitman was still around at the time Mars Attacks came out. He died in 2013, and Mars Attacks came out in 1996.
Okay.
God, that long? Holy cow.
I know. Movies keep doing that to me. That's like, yeah, I remember seeing that movie and then finding out it was made 40 years ago.
Isn't it amazing how, despite being the passage of time, despite being one of the most predictable things, the passage of time always amazes everyone.
Yeah. Well, the speed that time passes definitely changes as you get older.
Yep.
Well, your perception of it changes. The speed at which it passes stays the same.
No. My perception is completely consistent.
Unless you're talking to Hans Wormhat.
Well, it really does change. I mean, something that I've noticed as I've approached and crossed the 70 number is you look forward and you know that road is coming to an end, and that end is really close compared to what it was when you were a kid, and so everything does just feel like it's going by faster and faster. I can't believe it's November already.
Well, fortunately, sorry, go ahead.
I can't believe that I've been living where I'm living for 10 years. 10 fucking years I've been here.
Well,
you know, and it's just so weird.
On the other side, though, when talking about the Trump regime, I feel like Elrond, and like before the Council of Rivendell, when he's talking to like, I think it's Aragorn or Gandalf, I can't remember which one, where he's going, "I was there 3,000 years ago."
Wow.
Yeah.
Old.
It just does not feel like it's only been 11 months of Trump.
How they bullshit over the past more than a decade. It's exhausting.
Yeah, maybe that's why I feel old as Trump.
They're a grump.
has anybody considered that we all died and we've gone to hell and that's why Trump is president?
Listen, after seeing Has Been Hotel, I expect hell to have much better music than we've had.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would explain why my face is orange.
The first year of Trump.
Well,
Yeah.
it explains why Bill Clinton's pubic hair turned orange.
No. Wrong meme. Wrong meme, Mage.
Hey.
It was Gandalf.
By the way, the link that you provided today in chat, actually click through and launch the application finally.
Okay.
Instead of going to the browser.
Well, maybe StreamYard is finally,
Yeah, I think
done
they
something for the mobile app.
All right,
They
there you go,
figured
Mage.
it
Share
out.
that one. Jeez, sorry.
Whoops.
Yeah, well, speaking of it being
yeah.
November, just want to
Yeah,
let
well-
everybody know that, I'm starting to put together the schedule for the Christmas marathon. So anybody who wants to host a time slot, just, drop me a note.
That doesn't work.
I dropped you a note.
Yeah, I know I've got a bunch of them on Discord that I haven't responded to yet, just because I've got to actually, start fitting people in and making sure that I don't have two people asking for the same time slot.
I'm flexible, but if it can be in the evening with the time zone that we are in, that would be best.
Well, actually, if you could, from the other side of the pond, if you could take something, like early afternoon while a lot of people here are still asleep. Yeah. It does feel like that. And, I think it's, Trump is making it a lot worse. But I really think that ever since COVID, everyone's perception of time got changed. And it probably is part of that idea that, a lot of people who thought that they had 50 years before they had to worry about dying kind of had it sent home all of a sudden that it could happen at any time.
Athena.
I know. Why don't you give me one of those, one of the midnight slots?
Athena, you know what the rules
Okay.
are. If you're going to insist on being on the table, being on the desk, you have to show your face on camera.
Yeah.
And we need the forward face, not that
Now-
back one.
I do have something I've been wondering about, that there was a prophecy that told me that I would be the last man on Earth, but I'm no longer a man.
You never were.
Another failed prophecy.
Well, yeah, Jenny's right. I never was. I tried to fake it for 50 years, but I was never very good at it.
So I've heard that they're now introducing a free program, loyalty program. If you fail to get called up to 10 raptures, you get a free trip to Epstein's Island.
Well, shit, they're owing me because I know the world has ended at least 24 times in my life. I mean, the big was in 1975.
What, on November 10th? About 7:30 p.m.?
I didn't remember the exact date. I just knew that in 1975, I was hearing all over the news that the world was going to end.
Well,
And I know that a lot of people were like linking that to Vietnam, but
I was going to say, I'm sure the people who
And that
lived.
there's
lived
always an asshole. I'm sorry, I had to delay. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Let's
let
say-
Purpose finish.
I'm sure the people who live on the Great Lakes or near there understood the significance of the date I gave.
Yeah. Well, I've been seeing forecasts about, how climate change is going to affect things. And the long and short of it from what I've gotten is that the Great Lakes are going to be the most stable region to live in. That this is going to be the region that will be able to continue producing food the longest.
Now, I think eventually things will, unfortunately, will reach equilibrium, but and things will start repairing themselves, but that's not going to be for a while, and it's going to be bad for many, many people.
Yeah, well, obviously, plants and animals will start adapting to some of the changes. Unfortunately, that's not always a good thing for us.
Well,
because one of the things that's already happening is a bunch of insects like fire ants and the Africanized bees are moving further and further north.
Let's not forget the screwworm.
Yeah. What's the screwworm?
Oh, that's what Secretary Bessett, one of Trump's boys, just said the other day on the news, is that the illegal aliens from South America are bringing their cattle with them.
Oh, okay. So that was the thing about them shooting the cattle over the wall.
Yeah, and that's why the screwworm is starting to show up.
Okay.
Completely ignoring the fact that climate change is happening and warm bugs move north.
Yep.
Oh no, it couldn't be climate change. It has to be.
It's a commie plot.
Well, I mean, why? Oh, the camera's down farther than it should be.
I just heard a few reports and just brief comments and stuff that people have made over the last climate big, that giant climate conference they do every year. All the nations get together and decide what the new standards should be and blah blah blah. Yep. That United States completely avoided this year.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty much blaming Donald Trump alone.
Yep.
As being the only person on Earth who is causing the decimation of the planet. They're putting it all on him. That's cool.
I actually think Gavin Newsom went in place of Donald Trump.
Oh, I didn't know we had even sent anyone.
No, nobody was sent. No, there was no official. Nope.
Gavin Newsom went on his own, saying it's like we need someone there representing the U.S. And
yeah.
Don't much care for a lot of things Gavin Newsom has done, especially regarding the trans community, but.
Well, if he did that on his own, I have a little bit more respect for him.
Oh, he's doing exactly the thing you need to do to, weaken Trump. He's trolling him, making him look like the idiot he is.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need a lot of help because he is an idiot.
Well, that's why he's not trying very hard.
Well, yeah, you don't need to do a lot to make Trump look stupid. But you have to have somebody whose name is recognized enough that the reporters will, make some notes of it.
Because otherwise it's just... You might be changing a few minds with some just silly jokes.
Yeah.
I read somewhere you just have to say he is an idiot and 80% of the world knows who you're talking about.
Yep.
I hear
that is Trump right now.
I hear Nancy Mace's starting to get some negative feedback finally.
Yeah, well, and Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to apologize for being one of the people who stirred up the violent rhetoric now that she's getting threats herself.
I think this heel turn of hers is all theater for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I can believe that she's actually getting threats since Trump called her a traitor.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying.
Yep.
She has gotten the threats. That's legitimate. I'm talking about her turn away from trying to be nicer and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, did anyone? My state senator actually got swatted because of all of this.
Thomas Massey, wasn't it?
No, state senator.
Oh, state senator.
Oh,
This is an absolute crisis at the border. As you can see, they are now deploying heavy machinery, launching livestock directly over the wall.
We have breaking news at the border tonight. A massive herd of illegal cattle is currently being smuggled over the wall using makeshift ramps.
Officials are calling this the Great Bovine Invasion, utilizing sophisticated catapults.
We're live at the border where tensions are escalating. The cow you see airborne is just one of several confirmed illegal cattle launched into the Lone Star State today.
Oh. Who did that?
I don't know, but it's awful funny. I saw
yeah,
it
I
yesterday.
saw that.
A
It's
genius.
hilarious.
It was not in the Weekly Bugger. Best news we can make up. Sorry.
Well,
Oh, yeah, we're gonna be.
Back onto my favorite nemesis, Nancy Mace. Apparently, now I didn't know this background on her till now. She was dating some guy for a long time, and like a year and a half ago, they broke up. And it wasn't, it wasn't publicized or anything like that. It was just their relationship and stuff. And this guy really wants nothing to do with her. And she apparently keeps bringing him up nonstop for this last year and a half. And he has finally filed suit against her.
Oh.
What do they call it?
TRO?
A defamation or slander?
No. A court order to stay away.
Restraining order.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. A restraining order against her.
Yeah.
Temporary is what they issue first, and then because there was a certain YouTube drama that centered around whether or not someone had a TRO against them.
Well, apparently there is.
Oh no! This was not Nancy Mace.
Oh, okay.
It was someone I'm not going to mention because who cares about that shipwreck anymore?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's wonderful that it couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Yep.
And if you'd all like to join with me, I'm referring to Nancy Mace as that she's going through transition, and she looks a lot like Mel Gibson. Feel free to spread that around.
Yeah. I probably won't, but honestly, I think Mel Gibson has been through enough. We don't want to associate with someone even more hateful than he is. And at least Mel Gibson waited until he was drunk to say what he thought. Most of the time.
Ah, yes. The only known truth serum. You give people enough booze and they start actually telling the truth, even if they don't want to.
I don't know if that's... well, your inhibitions are gone. Like, I might start lying a lot more if you gave me booze. And I think some of my friends back in Pennsylvania still have a bet on what type of drunk I am.
I'm glad nobody knows what kind of drunk I am because I don't do that anymore and haven't for 40 years.
I've only been drunk once and didn't care for it.
I'm a very mellow drunk. I just tend to get quiet.
I'm pretty sure myself.
I was an asshole type drunk.
For that. We have an old Frisian widow for that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I saw something else delightful on TikTok. Apparently in China, there's this couple from ancient history, China's ancient history, however old that is, that this couple were just the meanest, nastiest, awful, terrible, rotten people. Everybody hated them. And they made this little shrine with their figures of them from like the waist up are planted in the ground. And there's a little fence around it, but the fence isn't so high that you can't reach over and smack them upside the head. And apparently it's custom that if you go by this thing, you're supposed to smack them upside the head. And I'm hoping somebody builds one of those for Trump.
Not a bad idea.
It is. I think it's a great idea.
I'm surprised somebody didn't build one of those for my grandparents on my father's side. My mom's parents are great. My father's parents, well, when my dad's dad died, the sentiment was just, thank God he's gone. And that wasn't just the family, that was what the whole town said.
Well, did he get a eulogy like my, I guess he was my step-great-grandfather got, which was, it's too late for Leon here, but you can still avoid going to hell.
Why do people end up being that way? Why do people just get so hate-filled and just take it out on everybody?
Yeah, I don't know, but we're going to have a whole generation of old people like that, I mean, what do you think's going to be of all these mega people when they're, put off into homes because their kids aren't going to be able to stand them?
Well, a lot of them are reforming and burning hats and having ceremonies and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's not millions upon millions happening. I wish it would be, but there's small pockets of people that are saying,
Yeah, I have heard about them doing bonfires to burn mega hats.
I keep hearing reports of people who, had that house in their neighborhood that had posters and flags and signs and everything, and all of a sudden everything's gone.
Well, that's been happening around here. That, when I first moved here in 2020, there were Trump signs all over the place. And it's like, yeah, each year there are fewer and fewer of them. And right now I only know of one guy who still has the Trump flags on his vehicle.
The only guy who still has his Trump sign out in his yard is the registered sex offender in the neighborhood.
Oh,
yeah, that says it all right there.
The sweet irony.
Well, I mean, at least he's showing solidarity to his people.
You should take a snapshot of the house with the signs showing, color out the address so you don't dox them. But that'd be a good one to circulate on the registered sex offender lives here.
Yeah, I looked up. I looked up this sex offender list. I was just kind of curious to see what was in my area, because there was times where I've seen some in the area, and he popped up right there. I was walking Molly. I was walking past the place and looked like a Trump sign in his yard.
Just be a little careful on that one, because some people can end up on that for stupid things.
Well, this one he was on there for messing with a minor.
Yeah, okay, that's deserved.
Yeah.
Did you all catch Kelly? What's her name? Megan Kelly this weekend. That you played that guy who said, well, what's so bad about that? Well, she did the same fucking thing on the air. She's messing with a 15-year-old is not like messing with a 5-year-old. I mean, the 15-year-old's barely legal. It's like, what?
Okay, I saw
Legally,
that
it makes no difference.
Barely legal quote, and I didn't know what that was about.
But I was trying to point out, some people get on the 10-year sex offender registry just because they got drunk and hit against a school, and a cop caught them.
Yeah.
That should not be that kind of offense.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that too, but that's not what we're talking about,
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure,
And even with that argument and that Megan Kelly was making, there are her situations where he may have been messing around with a 13-year-old, so that would fall under that category of being way too young. And even if we took off the whole age thing, there's still human trafficking, sex trafficking, manipulating. There's still a whole list of crimes right there.
Well, I also appreciate the fact that the discussion is happening or developing, I should say, that there's so many states that have no bottom end limit for child marriage.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck?
It's quite a lot.
How dare you? How dare you? I mean,
yeah.
I can see wanting to have a variance between 16 and 18, but 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds getting married? Yeah, I mean, there were 12-year-olds who got married in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and in a number of these states, they have tried to pass bills that would have put a bottom age to that, and it is always Republicans who oppose them.
I never understood that one. It's I get that for some religions it's still not exactly frowned upon. I mean, that's kind of why Warren Jeffs went to jail.
Mm-hmm. You know, well, bigamy is against the law, and then there's, you know, some forms of the Mormon Church that agree with it, and some forms that don't believe in it. But
this is something where you want to be careful, because the Mormon Church refers specifically, at least according to the Atheist Style Guide, to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now, if you're going to refer to just Mormons globally, or people who call themselves Mormons, like the fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which are not the Mormon Church, yeah, I would call those people Mormons because they call themselves Mormons.
Here we are with some statistics. Americans' youngest child bridegrooms from 2000 to 2015, 985 were 14, 51 were 13, 10 were 12, 2 were 11, and 3 were 10.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
There's no love in there. That's not love. It's fucking
I'm
child
with
abuse.
Jenny that you may be able to make an argument for someone who's 16, but definitely not any younger than that.
And I don't think some 17-year-old should be getting a lifelong title of sex offender because they had sex with their 17 or 16-year-old partner. You know, whichever direction you're going with those ages. You know.
Well, and that's a lot of states do have exemptions for that. That, you know, if the partner is like within 2 years of the victim's age, that then they don't consider it an offense.
Yeah, a 2-3 year difference isn't gonna matter that
well,
much.
if they're teenagers who dated in high school and one of them's now 19, you know, then that shouldn't be a problem.
I believe they're called Romeo and Juliet laws.
Yeah.
But yeah, just when you're talking about, you know, kids that are 14 and 12, it's like, no, you know, there's a reason they cannot sign legal contracts.
Exactly.
Because they don't really have a concept of long-term consequences yet.
You know, and it's the same. It's just the absolute counter of the argument that they love to lay on trans children. Oh, I can't possibly make a lifetime decision at that age. Yeah, well, you allow 10-year-olds to get married. You know, what kind of hypocrite are you?
Problem there is they also never read the WPATH standards.
Right.
They're not getting hormones at that age, nor are they getting surgery.
Right.
They're getting puberty blockers and social
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some states that have already passed laws that
Indiana's
minors cannot get puberty blockers. You know, and it's like, so no one under 18 can get the puberty blockers, even though, you know, it's probably the kids that are like between 14 and 18 who are most likely to need them.
Well, that's the whole idea of it. Puberty is the worst possible thing you can do to a trans kid.
Yeah. And all of these laws do have exceptions for cis kids who need them if they start to go through puberty too early.
Mm-hmm.
But not trans kids.
What might happen there is the same thing that happened during Prohibition, where medicinal whiskey started to get prescribed a lot more. Ironically, one of the things that was interesting about the Prohibition era is that making alcohol wasn't illegal. So
you can make it for personal use. You just couldn't give it to anyone else.
You couldn't sell it.
Yep.
I'd give it away anyways, you know.
To say this, but I'm getting at the point where I'm gonna have to wrap up here. Unless...
Okay, goodbye.
I didn't realize the time. Yeah, I did say an hour ago that I had to be going about now because I have to get ready to go out tonight.
Fancy date?
No, nothing that exciting.
Just make sure you have an alibi.
Oh yeah, Molly's coming with me, so.
Good.
Although, she would rather just be an alibi, and she would rather she wasn't an accessory so often that she usually doesn't know about until after we get home.
Guess what? You're an accessory too.
Yeah, I'm
no, I
getting
mean,
pretty tired. I could stand to go to
Yeah.
bed now.
Okay, let's wrap this up. And
I have to say, Molly is actually one of these good church people. She goes to church every Sunday, and she actually practices the stuff, of being nice to people and trying to help people out.
Well, who the hell does she think she is?
what's this woke bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, let's do the roundtable wrap-ups here then. Jenny, we hope you're getting to feeling better. Are you planning to do anything besides just healing?
Well, while I was in the hospital, between periods of unconsciousness, I wrote an essay, about 2,000 words about the experience.
Oh, okay.
And so it's not complete because I was still in the hospital when I wrote it. And I don't think I'm going to complete it. I think I'm just going to give it an edit or two and post it up on Substack. So if you follow me at all, pay attention for that. And I'll post it in Twitter when I actually do put it on Substack. But
okay.
I had my doctor read it, and she said that it was really quite good. So I think I'm probably going to post it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, want to know what you're going through.
I wrote it not so much to hear this is what I'm going through, but here, don't do this. That I was really. I phrase it. I took on my very typical American sense of invincibility, and it was a very foolish thing to do, and it almost killed me. And that's the point I want to share.
When you were describing it, I realized how many times I've done that in my life. That I got some serious injury, and a couple of times it's like I know I broke a bone, and I still didn't have it looked at.
Actually, I did nothing. Sorry, relatively minor. I just hit a pothole that hadn't been repaired in the building's parking lot. Yep. One of the first things I did when it was worse than I thought it was, it's like, I'm going to go get this look at just to make sure nothing's broken.
Yeah, well, at one of my doctor's appointments, they were doing all the scans on me, and they asked about a fracture in in my shoulder blade. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's what I did when I fell off the roof 3 years ago.
Okay, who's up next here?
Well, Porpoise, you got anything happening?
I am working on coming up on finals at my grad school this week. Then I've got to write my own finals for my students. That's going to be fun. But right now, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Clapper at Mad Computer Scientist. Still arguing with them over, I think they denied creator verification when they shouldn't, because I think they were looking at the higher level, which I didn't qualify for, just because it's a little confusing there. But yeah, follow me over there. Mostly what I do is like silly jokes targeting usually the Trump regime. Sure. Sadly, I haven't heard any Robert F. Kennedy Jr. make more comments about what causes autism, because those were always hilarious.
Yeah.
No, now he's on obesity and he's going to attack all of us.
Oh, I can't wait to find out.
No, he's going to spread the Maduro diet.
A who?
Well, I think Trump is heading
the Maduro diet.
What's the Maduro diet?
It's when you run the economy into the ground and make food unavailable so your people can't afford to actually eat.
Oh, well, that should work.
Sorry, Commander.
That's okay.
It's all right.
Is that the Maduro diet?
Were you finished, Porpoise, or did you have something more?
Be excellent to each other. And remember, Jenny, what you need to say. Be something, do something.
Something about the Maduro diet, or?
Well, that was a question asked of
if you're taking NSAIDs, just don't
Take
stray.
them.
I'm done. Thanks.
Yeah, don't take too many of them, and talk to your doctor if you're taking them every day.
Take them with food too.
Yes.
13 ulcers. 13.
Yep. Okay, Commander, what have you got going on? Other than outfitting your ship.
In addition to making these models and stuff for something I'm working on with and basically like a Spaceballs parody, coming up with increased streams, because I want to start streaming again. I don't know. Drama I wanted to avoid. Well, it's here anyway, despite the media blackout. So why not just have some fun? So coming up with these streams, I'm gonna start streaming the email regularly again. I'll get my mind off the anxiety, and I will do it. I think I can work that thing out where you want me to, because we're on this side of the pond. I think I can come up with a stream that might get some viewers from over here. It's just late and I'm tired, and I'm constantly living on the edge because of anxiety.
Yeah. Well, don't stress yourself. I mean, you've got a lot to be concerned with, getting all of your paperwork there and that. So,
that paperwork came. We just got to get everything accepted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't put yourself out too far. If you can always just be on panels for other people if you don't feel you're up to hosting one yourself.
I think we can do something because I got something in mind for special for Halloween for Christmas.
Okay, and be careful that Ivy doesn't steal your ship. She's known to do things like that.
Oh, that Ivy.
Yes.
That bitch.
Okay, so Ned.
Get your own ship.
Ned, what do you and Ivy have going?
A bit of the same. We're planning something spectacular to come back with, and we're of course we're working on our new religion of Jesus Christ, the bringer of toast. I'll just say to everyone, you just always spell it wrong. It isn't Jesus Christ. It is Jesus Christ, and he's a baker. And he died happily after a long life of bringing people happiness by bringing them toast.
Jesus loved vowels. So any vowel you want in there.
Still need to turn that into grilled cheese. Jesus is toast.
Yeah, well, and I know that Ivy has her own ship, but I could see her, taking commanders and just saying that, well, yeah, this was such a pretty ship. I just had to.
Yeah.
Regarding the previous topic, in the immortal words of King Missile, the band, Jesus told us to eat his body and drink his blood. Jesus was way cool. Really, there's a song like that.
And about she steals only ships that have been abandoned by others that have no one aboard. And the Kraken is already has an owner. So
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken is the most feared ship in the universe.
It's good rum too.
Okay, it's 1.46 kilometers long, and it's actually a scale ship. It actually is designed and laid out, and one day I'm going to get all the insides too. It has 8 hangars, which are about 50 meters wide by 25 meters tall and about 60 meters deep. And the other two are 30 meters deep. But they're huge. And I can't wait to make the doors actually functional so we can just shoot it, make a shot where they're like just disgorging fighters or something.
Journey,
Each and every one of those guns are rigged and have a particle system, and I can make them fire.
Journey, what do you got going?
So, the Let Freedom Ring project. I've got all the pieces ready, so I can start sending out, packets to everybody that's contributing, with the instruction sheet and the audio file.
Hey, what's the runtime of it so far?
So it's about 30 seconds for the song itself, and I'm not sure how long your portion is going to be.
2.5 words per second.
Okay. But anyways, however long it is, I've got some background music that I can have along with her vocal, and it'll be basically the same music that I'll use during the credit roll at the end.
Hey, have you talked to the woman who got fired?
I have not. By the way, they're non-binary.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All good. I appreciate you bringing that up. The thought has occurred to me that I should try to make some kind of contact with her before I do this. And also, in other news, I had a job interview earlier today.
That's good.
Does it sound like a good position for you?
Yeah, although it starts off part-time, and they're saying it'll be like 4 or 5 months before it goes full-time.
And there's no one named Bubba involved? I'm sorry.
I have not heard the name Bubba come up.
I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. So
that kind of reminds me that for those who have asked about Doc Fearsome, I saw him on Sunday. So he's doing okay. He's got he started a new job about a month ago. So he's still kind of trying to catch up money-wise from the time he was unemployed, but other than that, he's doing okay.
He's doing well. Okay, so I got my Sunday show on Mage's Media Musings. You can check that out. I do some mediocre singing. I go over pop culture news. Sometimes cover somebody's death, and it's kind of a little variety of things. That's Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
The Mage Grey Wolf Variety Hour.
Basically. Okay. So we should probably get... Oh, yes, and we can get our banner going. Oh, it's a GoFundMe. Well, that's a good one to have up.
Oh yeah, actually, we should have had that one up. Yeah. Unfortunately, our attempts to raise the money from Mom NATO have been not as good as we had hoped. So the GoFundMe is still up. We're still trying to increase the donations for her. So I know part of the problem is that some of the people that were more active in the community when she and Diana were doing the weekly shows there are not around anymore, and we've got a bunch of new people who don't really know her.
Yeah. And of course our Patreons and peoples.
Yep.
And folks, see what you can do to help out. The economy is beginning to tank, and the worst position to be in is in debt when the tanking comes to fruition.
Yeah.
See what you could do, please. And where have you published this, Purple?
Pardon?
Where have you published this?
Published what? Mom NATO's fundraiser?
Yeah.
Oh, she's got it on a GoFundMe, and we were promoting it on a number of channels over the weekend.
I'll put the link back up after the show. Here was after I walked Molly. Anyway, I'm losing my light here, so.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Well, like I say, as for me, I'm starting to get the schedule together for the Christmas marathon, which will run for 48 hours from 5 a.m. on the 29th, or 5 a.m. on December 24th through 5 a.m. on December 26th, so that we cover every hour of Christmas everywhere in the world. So looking for more people, to host. Most people are doing 2-hour time slots. If you can only do an hour, that'd be fine. You take an hour and we'll find somebody to fill in the other hour.
I could probably pull 2 hours if need be.
And of course, there will always be a bunch of people who will be looking for people just to be on their panels and just to keep the discussion going. So you can always, pop in and join the stream.
And like every year, Purple, I'm open to doing as many panels as would be necessary to fill in, even if it goes 48 hours like I've done in the past.
Yep.
Jenny, don't overstress yourself. Get some sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I got a month to work up to it. I'll be okay.
Yeah. We'll see how you're doing in a month.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, we could always do a bloodletting.
Yeah, the only time I've ever hallucinated in my life is when I was up for more than 48 hours, and it scared me, so I never did it again.
I'm head out.
Oh, I have had times that I think my record was going 75 hours without sleep. So I know that there's been times that I have done just over 3 days. But yeah, other than that, that's about it for me. So with that,
I just want to close to saying I really missed y'all, and I'm glad that I was able to get back. I honest to God was afraid whether or not I was going to survive this, and I'm glad that I'm still around.
Yeah, I know, and
because of all of you.
We're concerned about you, so we appreciated that when you were in the hospital, you were at least, staying in contact so we knew what was going on.
I tried.
But yeah, I also know that Medicare now basically has a rule that they won't let anybody stay in the hospital for more than 5 days unless they're like missing a limb. Or more than 3 days, rather. Because ran into that a couple of times with Slothgirl. That they always wanted to discharge her on the 3rd day, no matter what was going on.
Yeah, well, who needs blood? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Things have gotten so much better with Medicare after Trump took over.
Yeah.
And I said that without any trace of sarcasm whatsoever.
Hey, just one last tidbit.
It wasn't a trace of sarcasm. It was a smothering of
Yeah.
One last tidbit of hatred. It's been announced that people on Social Security retirement, such as myself, we're going to get like a 5% increase, but Medicare is going up 10%. So
yeah. Well, so with that, we will bid you all goodbye, and just remember, God is fake, beer is meh, and people are crazy.
And evil will always overcome good because good is dumb.
enjoy yourself.